Today's sewing project is part 1, Winter Inspiration. My inspiration comes from this graphic artist that caught my eye on Pinterest. I especially like her coats and jackets, perfect for the winter season. Before I start sewing, I have some show and tell items for you. I get all excited when I receive new badges. I think it helps buyers who are hesitant about buying a pattern. Also, be mindful that the patterns will not be sent to you in the mail. Etsy will provide a digital download. If you do not have a computer, perhaps a friend will help you with the download. Use the computer website, etsy.com, rather than your cell phone app. For Christmas, I received a new chair from my mother. My old chair headed to the Goodwill store. And do I need another machine? No. I wasn't looking for another machine, but this was Aqua, and it was $15, a Goodwill find. And when I brought it home, my husband just rolled his eyes. It's not an antique, but it is considered a vintage machine. And did I tell you it was $15? A little background about this machine. It's a Japanese clone. At the end of World War II, the U.S. government basically gave the Japanese the blueprints to the Singer 15 sewing machine. And this was done as an effort to help rebuild Japan's economy. And that's the short version. These metal machines run smoothly. You'll hear it when I'm sewing. And it's quieter than the new machines. The older machines do require oil. The first thing I did was to print a user manual. I will be able to use my grandmother's Singer attachments. The purpose of my video today is to demonstrate how you can use the pattern bundle rather than buy 8 separate patterns to make all the winter outfits. The pattern bundle is listed in my Etsy shop, and the link is in the description box. I love the colors, and I usually try to match colors in design. However, this time I changed the graphic to black and white so that I could concentrate on the structure of the outfits rather than the colors. The first step is to gather the fabrics. Believe it or not, I did not purchase any fabrics for this project. I'm in declutter mode. So all the items shown are from my stash, and a few of the items are from the Dollar Tree. The second step is to have a plan. My plan is to demonstrate various ways to change the pattern in order to make different styles for the pants, jackets, and coats. I did not go into a lot of detail on this video. However, I do have a previous video where I take you step by step through the process. I used the coat or jacket pattern, the high-waisted dress pattern, the leggings, and the flats. I also made a purse. It is optional to trace the pattern onto the freezer paper for quicker, pinless sewing. The first time I used my bundle pattern, I put a little bow on the shoes, but this time I used ribbon and crisscrossed it. So you can use anything you want. A variation for the purse pattern is just use the rectangle, sew some handles, and then I just put another little rectangle up the sides. I did not make any variations on the leggings, but you do have to use stretch fabric. The bundle pattern has a trim on the sleeves and the hem, and 4 buttons and some facing. All right. The coat or jacket, I have not added the trim. 3 buttons, I could have put another one. And I think you saw me do the facing. The facing is just a whole rectangle, and then I sewed around the collar or the neckline and down the front. The bundle pattern and the video that goes with it, I put a little cuff in the high-waisted dress. For the neckline, I used a binding. On today's dress, I made it shorter. It's actually a long top. I used just a rectangle, sewed around the neckline to use as the facing, and then I did a narrow hem down each side. And I've yet to put a closure on it. Here's the results. I used navy blue instead of black, and rather than using only solid colors, I mixed it up a bit with patterns. Here's the original pattern bundle open-toed shoes. The only difference in then and now is the trim. That's twine. The only difference in the wide leg, the pattern you use for the long pants, all I did was make a slight flare. All the purses are made with just a rectangle. And here's the one I made. It actually, I mean, that's a separate flap. But this is just a long bag. And it's doubled over. Here's the vest pattern in the bundle. And in order to make a little top, you just turn it to the back. Here's the front of the vest, and here's the back. And I also made it into like a crop top. For the shirt pattern, I used the basic top without the flounces. I added sleeves, long sleeves. I put a little curve at the bottom. There's buttons, but no buttonholes. I have just a small hem And the collar is just a rectangle. And I put some little cuffs on it, or faux cuffs. This outfit uses the boots from the bundle pattern. And really the only thing I did, let's see. All right, in the originals, I was using Velcro, but I don't like how it picks up other things. So I just started not even, sewing the bottom part, but not the top part of the boots. And it still stays on. The toe is secure in the shoe part. The purse is just a smaller variation of the exact pattern. And since it's just a clutch, I didn't put any handles on it. The clutch also has an applique from the jacket fabric. The skirt for today's pattern is made a little bit longer. And let me show you the original, or the first one I made. I used Velcro. And like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with Velcro. And I also like to sew a little top stitch joining the skirt. I'll do the same for this. Oh, enough that she can still slide it onto her hips. I made a big change for the kimono jacket. Rather than attach the extension to the end of the sleeve, I just sewed straight down from the sleeve. I did not make this little indentation. You'll notice that I use the same fabric from the first project I did, and here's the same fabric today. This fabric was a napkin, and I got 4 in a pack for 50 cents. Use the coat pattern to make the duster. You can see where I used the hem already on the napkins for the sleeve and the hem. The blouse pattern is made from the basic top. It's a scoop neckline. The straight pants were made from just the regular pant pattern. Now, if you want to make the bottom of your pants smaller, just make sure you can get them over the doll's foot. You can make the straight pants into jeans just by adding some top stitching. The Chanel type bag is just some padded fabric, and beads, and a chain sewn on. Again, guess what? Rectangle. And I might make it shorter. The shoes look harder than they were to make. It's just the flats with a rectangle. And I did my little trick. I call it the envelope fastener. You just kind of wrap it around the button.